Well, just obviously a great day in Little John. Just so happy for my players. These guys work so hard and have done it for so long. And, you know, we didn't play great tonight, and a lot of that's because of Duke. I thought they were very competitive. Their size is a major factor in the game, in everything you do defensively, rebounding, trying to score against them. But our guys hung in there. And, again, I just keep talking about how I think we're a true team. And, you know, I said it on radio, I said it out there in the court, that I talk to my guys all the time about if you're going to be good, you got to have a superpower. Maybe it's defense, shooting, rebounding. You know, hopefully it's multiple things if you're really good. And I think our superpower is just our camaraderie and our togetherness. And I told our guys that when we got back from France, that the unity, the camaraderie, the genuine care and love for each other, I think is clearly evident. And I think that's why we're winning and why we won. We had great bench play. Our guys are genuinely happy for the other guy on the team when he plays well, and even if it's eating into their minutes. I've said a lot of times there's a lot of teams out there with the same jerseys, guys wearing the same jersey, but there's not a lot of true teams all the time. And in this climate, in this society right now, and with everything going on, it's probably even more challenging for coaches to create that atmosphere. And I'm just blessed this year to be coaching a group of kids that allow you to coach them and care about each other and have one goal in mind, and that's to do their best for Clemson. So it's been a great run. We got a long way to go, but I'm extremely proud of them and happy for our fans and our students, and want to thank them for the great turnout. It was awesome. It was a big factor in the win, no doubt.
Coach, they did a good job limiting Hunter offensively, but what can you say about PJ? His performance, 18 points in the first half.
Yeah, I've said all year that I think our team and our coaching staff does a good job of, you know, we try to figure out how we're being played and play accordingly. You know, I talk to my team all the time. You got to make the right play. Read the game, make the right play. Read the game, make the right play. Some guys are better than others. Some teams are better than others. I think we have a team that is unselfish, so they're willing to do, you know, what is necessary to win. If it's shoot more threes, if it's drive it, if it's post it. We're unselfish enough that we have a group of guys that like to share the ball. And in this game, for part of the game for sure, it was we need to try to score inside some. And, you know, PJ was very comfortable in the moment. He was very comfortable in the atmosphere. I think early in the game, I thought my team was a little amped up for most of the first half, and I thought we took some ill-advised shots and a couple quick plays that, you know, the crowd actually probably bothered us a little bit. But we did settle into the game better. I thought our defense was good for a majority of the game, and we were able to win.
Coach, what does it say when you can be held 3 for 17 from 3, but dominate the paint the way you did, find a way to win?
Yeah, see, good players. You know, I mean, our guys are improving. PJ's obviously, I think, a very talented guy that's battling back off of 2 difficult surgeries. Ian Shefflin and Ben Middlebrooks obviously are the beneficiaries of him not being really out on the floor with us all spring or summer, and, you know, even most of the fall. So those guys got all the reps, right? They're the ones, and you know, a lot more is expected of them. It probably accelerated their growth, and I think, you know, we're benefiting from some of that with their play right now.
Brad, Ian had such a tough matchup coming in.
Yeah.
Can you just reflect on how many different ways he affected the game?
Yeah, you know, Ian's a smart player. He's got great skill in terms of he's an excellent passer. Filipowski is outstanding, and it's a hard cover defensively. We tried to give him a little bit of help when we could. I thought he did a nice job. We thought we could take some charges, and he took some, so he was very smart defensively. I think he anticipated, moved to the spot, beat him to the spot some. You know, he fought like crazy in the post and squirreled a couple in there against, you know, using the rim, because he's not as athletic or as big, and so he had to figure some other ways out to make some plays. But he was terrific. I mean, his rebounding, his finishing, and his passing was unbelievable.
Brad, I know you touched on it a little bit, but just Chase and Hunter combined, I think 3 for 16, and still finding a way to win. Just how encouraging
Well, you need somebody like, I think we talked about this one other night, and maybe it was NC State or something. I don't know, Hunter had 32, right? And somebody else, a couple guys didn't play as well, and it was Hunter and Tyson's night. Chase Hunter at Pitt at the end of the game just makes 3 or 4 baskets to win the game for us, right? When PJ's not going as well. Tonight, it's PJ. I mean, that's why we're 7-0, is you have multiple options that are good players that can win, make winning plays at the end of the game. I mean, it's it's way more that than it is what we're doing. Like, you gotta have really good players. We have older, experienced, good players who've been through some things. And so we, believe that on any given night, and tonight it's Brevin and PJ, it's been Chase and, Hunter one night, we got enough guys that we think we can get a couple going right. And then if our bench, when that happens, our bench has to contribute. And today, Josh and Ben played great. And then Ian, he doesn't score as much, but his quality was high-level basketball.
How about the way you managed PJ's minutes tonight, and did that have something to do with him staying out of foul trouble?
Trying to, yeah, we really, because of how big they are, and, they post it too, and it's gonna be physical around the rim and blocking out, and, just changing ends all the time isn't as easy for PJ. He's never been a good runner, transition-wise, but it's probably worse now with the injuries. It's just a little slower, and I think the conditioning sometimes, and so we try to manage that as best we can. Ben's playing well helps. He's a big, strong, physical kid. They're good together, just like Lively and Young are good together. They're different players. Versatility helps your team.
Brad, I think PJ said in here that you're so competitive, you might actually kill somebody
about
to
that.
win a game. But can you allow yourself to be gratified by what's going on right now, or is there too much stuff?
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've coached long enough now that you need to enjoy these types of moments, and you're more appreciative as an older coach of that this is hard, right? This is very hard. Winning is hard. And having a special group of people like I'm coaching right now is an unbelievable privilege. Obviously, we select them, but it's, and I'm proud of that. But you certainly need to, as an older guy, you understand that you better enjoy this as much as you can. That'll be a couple more hours, and then it's on to Wake. There's, in here, putting 12, 15 hours a day in the office and another 4 or 5. I mean, you're burning the candle. So when you can get a couple hours to try to enjoy it, you need to keep you fresh and to keep you going for the next contest. So I hope I'm doing a little better. But when the game's going on and when it's time to work, our guys know it's time to work.
Brevin
Brevin
seems like a guy
made-
that you may.
Excuse me?
Say Brevin seems like a guy that you may miss 2 or 3 in a row, that he wants to take that big shot. How big was that 3?
Yeah.
He called right over the-
Yeah, he's very confident, and that's, I said to you guys when we signed him that I wanted another older player that wasn't gonna be afraid of the moments. That we just needed one more guy, I felt like, because most years you do have an injury, right? We've had plenty over my career here, and it's hurt our program, and sometimes you can't anticipate it. Obviously, Alex has been out for a while now, and Brevin's had an even bigger role. And we knew that taking a big shot, making a play, he's not gonna be afraid. He's an older guy, he's been through it, he's done it. And that's part of what we need him to do. And, he's adjusting to our team, our system, our style, how we do things. But I'm really happy for him. I'm proud of him. This was a huge performance. He played great, and he played great on a very big stage. So it was big time.
Coach, I didn't want to mention it earlier and jinx it, but y'all have been phenomenal at the free throw line in ACC play. How big a part of it has that been in this run?
Yeah, it is. It is. Closing out games, right? I mean, that's another thing. When things are going well, you're making your free throws, you're, little things that happen that sometimes teams don't do as well. They bite you. This team has been able to finish off games by making clutch free throws down the stretch. And then throughout games, when things happen, we get to the line, we convert, so it gets us points on the road that we need and things like that. So, yeah, it's huge.
Brad, did anything change for your guys defensively?
Yeah.
Anything change for you guys defensively in the last 6 or 7 minutes? I think they had like 1 field goal and 4 turnovers in that.
Yeah, not drastically. not drastically. You know, we didn't do as good a job at times on the glass in a stretch there in the second half. I thought we did a very good job for most of the first half. I think I just think our guys competed. You know, I think we scored some, so that energizes you a little bit, right? Every once in a while, it can energize you and keep you going. And I thought it was a combination, but we didn't make any drastic changes to what we were doing.
You mentioned the camaraderie and experience of this group. Do you expect this team to be able to handle, I guess, the tension now and sort of being in that hunted position that you guys were in?
You know, I hope so, but you never know. It's, you know, we'll see. I think we should be fine. I think, you know, the leadership and experience of our guys is really good, and you know, we know there's way more work to be done. Like, this was a great win. It counts as one, and we got to try to get another one next week on Tuesday. So, you know, but there's a lot of good teams playing really good basketball in our league, and you know, we're just going to do what we can to put ourselves in position to win